Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pitch Sports Show on KCOG Centerville, and welcome to the new year. Happy 2017, gentlemen. I'm Russ W, along with me, as always, the Hall of Famer Chadley Koestner and the venerable Josh Bryce joining us tonight. And we've got a great show for you tonight, jam-packed with useful information, as always. Useful? Yeah, very much so. We've got several of the coaches tonight. Now, Coach Matt Johnson's under the weather, so he will not be on the Talk Wrestling tonight, and so we're going to take that opportunity to talk a little junior high sports, and that'll be Steve Clark coming on to talk junior high basketball. Steve is a long-time 8th grade boys basketball coach, but he's up to date on both the 7th and the 8th grade, I think, a little bit, so he'll clue us in a little bit on how the boys junior high basketball teams are doing. Also, Matt Krusich, of course, will be on tonight to talk Big Red basketball. Since last we spoke, back before Christmas, the Big Reds won against Clark in a makeup game, and then we came up short last night against Knoxville. So we'll talk to Coach Krusich about Big Red basketball. Coach Matt Kovacevic will be on a little bit later on to talk Redette basketball. And Katie State, she, I think, moved in here last year. She's a junior, and she's our In the Box segment. And I have not had a whole lot of conversations with Katie, and by a whole lot of them, I've had one, which was last night when I approached her in Knoxville about coming on the show tonight. But she sure seems like a real fireball. I like her.
Yeah, she's definitely a spitfire. She shows a lot of energy and enthusiasm out on the court. And I noticed it the first time I kind of had contact with her in the Powder Puff football game, and she was. I was about ready to sign her up and just let her come on over and play with the boys there. She's got some fire to her, and she's a nice addition to the Redette basketball team.
I like that. I've only known her 2 minutes. I like her. Yeah, seems like a good kid. So we're going to look forward to visiting with Katie a little bit later on in the show, and we'll have a 360 sub for her for stopping out. We are live from your local Hy-Vee store, and we are presented each and every week by Hy-Vee. We thank them for having us on the show, and we are out here at the dining area. If you want to come out and have a nice meal and say hello to us, that's great. Or sit there in the comfort of your home for tonight, that's fine. But Josh is going to be giving us a lot of reasons why you're going to want to be coming out to Hy-Vee sooner than later, that's for sure, when we come back on Hy-Vee Pitch.
When it comes to menswear, nobody does it better than Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. Whether you need a new suit to look your best for that next business meeting or a new golf shirt to look your best for that next business meeting, Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square can help. And remember, wedding season is just around the corner. For all your tuxedo needs, stop by Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. From business to casual, from head to toe, Jim Ireland Menswear. We've got you covered.
When it's time for new flooring in your home, be sure to check out J&L Flooring in Centerville. We are a family business where honesty and integrity come first. Whether you are looking for carpet, vinyl or hardwood, tile, laminate, or luxury vinyl planks, you are always assured to get top quality products at affordable prices. We feature the latest in flooring trends, and financing is available. Give us a call today at 856-6331 to schedule an appointment. Ask about our new mobile showroom. For those with busy schedules, we bring the showroom to you.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiowegian.com. That's dailyiowegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appanese County.
You're listening to the Pitchfork Show on KCOG Centerville, talking local sports and a little bit more, presented by Hy-Vee. I want to thank all of our fine sponsors who make it possible. Most of them have been with us since the very beginning of the show. Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop. In fact, we got to give Henry props that he, I guess you could call him a co-creator of the show, because Henry was a big you guy getting this thing started.
It's all your idea.
It's all me. Thomas Funeral Home, the Daily Eye-Legion, Northside Insurance, Pico Construction, J&L Flooring, Jim Ireland Menswear, RK Auto Body, Cook Insurance, Henley Dental, Ocker Realty, Power and Church with our Hall of Fame Challenge, and of course, again, our presenting sponsor, Hy-Vee. Well, Josh Rice has got lots of great reasons. We put the pressure on you before the break, Josh, telling people you were going to give them a lot of good reasons to get out here in the next few days. So here you go. It's all yours.
Friday, we have a great 2-day sale. We have Hy-Vee peanut butter, 16 ounce, just 99 cents a jar. We have 7-Up or Dr. Pepper 6-pack half-liter bottle, 3 for $5. Hy-Vee half-gallon white milk, just 99 cents. We also have Aero laundry detergent, 50-ounce bottle for just $1.99, and Progresso soup for just 99 cents a can. Also, if you come in on Thursday and Friday, you can, if you spend $50, we're going to give you 30 cents a gallon on your fuel saver card. And then if you come in on Saturday, if you spend $80, we're going to give you 80 cents a gallon on your fuel saver card. So lots of ways to save on that. And then don't forget, our new fuel saver promotion started on Monday. We are going to be giving away 10 $100 gift cards every week for the next 6 weeks. And then they kind of changed it a little bit. Instead of giving away a $10,000 Hy-Vee gift card, we're going to be giving away $10,000 in cash in April for a grand prize winner. So we're going to be giving away the grand prize winner. So we're going to be giving away, like I said, 12 weeks or 6 weeks worth of $100 gift cards, and then $10,000 as a grand prize at the very end of it.
$10,000.
And then also, I just found out today that Saturdays are double flight Saturdays again, just like they were with trucks. So if you shop on Saturday, you're entered twice as many times to win.
Is that right? So I could take that 10,000, say, and I could run over and just slap her down on the end of blackjack.
If you wanted to, yeah. I don't know that I would recommend that course of action.
That's not recommended.
Yeah, no.
That's what you're feeling.
I don't like you that day. I mean, go for it. Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. You've had some stellar ideas in the past, and I think that's one of them. One of the best. Well, get yourself out here to Hy-Vee and see if you can't win $10,000. Take advantage of the great deals they've got going on. Plenty more to come from the pitch point. Now, Tyler Bates is not eligible for that.
He is not eligible for that, actually. No, yeah, the grand prize winner of the previous one is not eligible.
Is that the so that is?
Yes, that is the truth.
Yeah. One less guy we have to worry about. All right. We'll take a break. When we come back, Coach Steve Clark joins us to talk junior high basketball. That's coming up next on Hy-Vee to Pitch.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitch Sports Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home at 856-8661 or visit them at 501 North 18th Street in Centerville. Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and Southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
McCann can.
Hey everybody, it's Ocker the Broker with Ocker Realty in Centerville, located at 315 North 10th, just across from the post office. At Ocker Realty, we don't just list your house, we sell your house. We have innovative ways to make that happen. One of them being our virtual tours. Check out what we can do for you. Give us a call at 437-0500. That's 437-0500. Or call me on my cell at 641-895-0862. That's 895-0862. Ocker Realty in Centerville. Follow us home. Ocker Realty is an equal housing opportunity firm. Russ Ocker, broker.
You are listening to the Bitch Sports Show on KCOG Centerville at 1400 AM, 99.7 FM. Also, you can find us at thebitchsportshow.com. That's thebitchsportshow.com. And that streams live and it's archived. So you got plenty of opportunities to hear what we've got to say. And you certainly don't want to miss what this next guy has to say. Steve Clark, it's always a pleasure to have Steve on the show. And he's here to talk junior high basketball, predominantly 8th grade boys basketball. But I know you're somewhat familiar with what's going on at the 7th grade level as well. Let's start with the 8th grade. First of all, you've been at this now for at least a couple of years, right?
This is 21st year, yeah.
Wow. 21 years at the 8th grade level?
I did three years at the freshman level, but other than that, it's all been at 8th grade, yep.
No, so it's, something about the 8th grade level you like, or just this is where I'm at, this is where I want to be?
Early on, I had some thoughts of moving, to that varsity level. Things didn't work out, then you kind of get a family, and this is a good level for me. Nice thing about the junior high level, when you have a good player, you get to keep that good player. You go up to that high school where you're a freshman or sophomore coach, JV coach, you don't necessarily get the best players because they're going to move on up.
So you sit around, oh, I can't wait, and you're yeah. You think you're going to get Chad Koestner and you get Josh Rice or Russ Ocker, right?
Yep. For me.
Oh, goodness. All right, so tell me about this 8th grade team. This is a pretty talented group of kids.
Yeah, there's some, they played a lot of basketball, had some parents have taken them around, which is, vital to getting them ready to play for the next level. But we've had pretty good starts this season. Ran into a little bit of trouble with Albia, but other than that, things have been rolling pretty good.
Okay, so just you got just one loss at this point.
Yeah, we're 4-1 right now. Really at the junior high level, more than wins and losses, we're going to focus on: are we getting better? We want to get ready for the next level. Have kids prepared to make that step. And so, that's, you're definitely going out to win, but you want to know that you're getting better every time. So, and we're making strides, we're getting better. So that's positive.
Tomorrow night, I believe you're at home against Davis County.
Yep. And starts at 4:15, 7th and 8th grade. 8th grade goes first. So we'll see. This will be our second time with them. Played them first game of the season. Things went pretty good over there. We've been shooting the 3-pointer pretty solidly all year, so hopefully we can keep doing that and see what happens.
So you got the win over there. Do you remember the score?
It was about 25 points, something like that. And we won by about 25. I don't know. Their numbers are down a little bit. And Nick Kozerich has that 8th grade group. They're struggling a little bit with their numbers, and that's kind of typical within the conference. Our numbers are still pretty solid, but other teams are us and Knoxville really are the only teams that aren't hurting for numbers, I would say.
All right, 4:15 start tomorrow. You go 8th grade. Is it AV followed by 7th grade AV?
Yep.
All right, tell me about the guys on the team then. How are your numbers? And talk to me about some of your guys.
Well, we have 15 guys. Just kind of go through the list of them. We got Trayton Smith, Brady Kozerich, Miles Clausen, Merrick Matthews, Cannon Regal, Hunter Gottman, Grant Carson. Grant's kind of been injured a little bit and then some health, this little flu, so he's not gotten a lot of time, but he's going to step up a lot in the next part of the season, I think, for us. And then Corey Shondel, Reese Sells, Gage Ritz, Nick Vannebecker, Zeth Callan, Briar Doherty, Drennan Eddy, and Mason Bauman.
That's the 8th grade boys basketball team off to a 4-1 start, and at home tomorrow night against Davis County. So talk to me a little bit as a whole, what you see as the strength of this group of kids as far as height, speed, work ethic. What are the things that they're doing real well right now?
We move the ball really well. They get up and down the floor, can put some pressure on teams. We're lacking in size a little bit at the junior high level. You know, if you can get a kid that's a 6'1" or whatever, and with some skills, you're going to really dominate. Brady Kosrich is probably he's kind of our inside and outside guy, but it really, at any time, I can put 5 guys in, and they move it around well, move without the ball really well, and we can shoot the three. I mean, through our first 4 games, we were averaging making 9 3-pointers a game, and you just don't see that at the junior high level. I mean, we were just knocking them down. We were shooting over 50% 3-point range. So we were really, and then, like I said, we ran into Albia, and they kind of locked it down a little bit on us. But
talking junior high boys basketball, 8th grade level with Coach Steve Clark. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more with Coach right after this on Hy-Vee's The Fit.
What is important to you right now? Is it your health? Is it your job? Is it your family? Perhaps it's your upcoming retirement or your lack of a plan to get to retirement. This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Successful coaches always have a plan for their team and for the next ball game. In the financial game of life, you need a smart plan to protect your family and a smart plan for your retirement. For almost 30 years now, I have been helping people with life insurance and retirement plans with cash flow. It's critically important to have a plan financially for your family and for your retirement. I can help you with both. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville.
Henley Dental in Centerville reminds you of the importance of taking good care of your teeth. You should have your teeth cleaned and examined every 6 months. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Taking good care of your teeth can save you a lot of pain and a lot of money. At Henley Dental in Centerville, they offer a wide array of dental procedures. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Henley Dental in Centerville. Only 10% of collision repair shops achieve I-CAR Gold Class standard, the highest training level recognized in the industry. RK Auto Body is proud to be one of them. We know the latest repair techniques, how to find hidden damage, and how to repair your car's critical safety features so they work properly again. We invest in training because we would never cut corners with your family's safety at stake. And neither should you. Get your vehicle repaired at RK Auto Body, where your safety is our top priority. RK Auto Body is located at 21317 Highway J46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500.
Talking junior high boys basketball with Coach Steve Clark, the 8th grade boys team, 4-1, and so far you got Knoxville left that you haven't seen. Is that right?
Yeah, Knoxville's the only team we haven't seen so far. We've got them 2 more times. They're going to be a good test for us. And then at Albia, the other games, if we take care of business, we'll be okay. But those would be our three games to look at to see where we stand as far as conference play.
Now, was there a Knoxville game postponed for the year, or you just waiting? You played Davis County twice before you played Knoxville?
Yeah, it was just scheduled that way. The girls had a cancellation with Knoxville, but this is just the way our schedule works out.
Yeah. Well, talk to me about then the Albia team. They've got a good group of kids up there. This group of kids have battled quite a bit.
Right.
They got you earlier in the year. What do you, in your mind, what do your kids have to do when they get Albia down here at home to have a chance to change that?
Well, we got to be more physical and be able to handle their physical play, first of all. We just got to make better decisions. Playing as a team, all 5 guys on the floor working together and that'll be a big key for us. Take care of the ball. You know, you do the little things, make the layups, make the free throws, take care of the ball. You're going to put yourself in a position to have a chance. And we didn't do those things the first time, and so, you know, that's what we stress. You know, good defense and take care of the small things, and you'll have a chance.
All right, talk to me about what you know about the 7th grade boys. I know you don't work directly with them, but you're kind of around it.
Yeah, the 7th, it's a little different deal this year. Our practices, in the past, we kind of practiced at the same time with the building of the new wrestling facility. It's changed practice times a little bit, so I haven't been around them very much. I think they have about 12 guys out, so their numbers are a little down. Michael Kosrich, this is his first year. He came in. He's going to be doing the 7th grade. I think they're 2 and 3 right now, and I think all things considered, they're pretty pleased with that right now. You know, they're again looking to improve on things. And from the first game, they went over to Davis County, and I think it was in the third quarter before they scored their first bucket, and came back the next week against Sheraton or somebody, and won that game. So I mean, there was going from not scoring for almost 3/4 of a ball game to getting a win. You know, they're showing the improvement, and Michael's doing a real nice job with those guys. They're kind of height shallow there a little bit too. Yeah, absolutely. Of the 7th grade teams we've seen, Davis County is probably the strongest so far, and that was kind of the way in football as well. But yeah, they're Isaac Bird. He kind of plays inside for him. He'd be the biggest guy, but then when you throw out a couple of 4-foot-nothing guys, it makes it tough.
All right, before we let you go, Coach, big football game coming up next Monday night. I know you've probably watched it, 1 or 2 of these football games here in the postseason. What are your thoughts on Alabama and Clemson?
Well, the heart says go with Clemson, but man, that defense, I don't know if you can. That defense is pretty solid of Alabama, so you're gonna have. I think you're gonna have to go with Alabama by 2 touchdowns, probably.
All right, Coach Steve Clark, you heard it here first. He says Alabama by 2 touchdowns. His team's at home tomorrow night, taking on Davis County, 4:15 tip for the 8th graders. Thanks, Coach. We appreciate you stopping out tonight. Thanks. We're back with more on Hy-Vee's The Pitch right after this.
When it comes to menswear, nobody does it better than Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. Whether you need a new suit to look your best for that next business meeting or a new golf shirt to look your best for that next business meeting, Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square can help. And remember, wedding season is just around the corner. For all your tuxedo needs, stop by Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. From business to casual, from head to toe, Jim Ireland Menswear. We've got you covered.
When it's time for new flooring in your home, be sure to check out J&L Flooring in Centerville. We are a family business where honesty and integrity come first. Whether you are looking for carpet, vinyl, or hardwood, tile, laminate, or luxury vinyl planks, you are always assured to get top quality products at affordable prices. We feature the latest in flooring trends, and financing is available. Give us a call today at 856-6331 to schedule an appointment. Ask about our new mobile showroom. For those with busy schedules, we bring the showroom to you.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiwegian.com. That's dailyiwegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appanese County.
is the Big Sports Show on CCOG Centerville. Coming up in just a little bit, Coach Matt Crucy will join us to talk Big Red basketball. Also joining us on the show today, Caitlin Staten. She's a junior at CHS. She will be our In the Box segment that comes up a little after 7 o'clock tonight. And Coach Matt Kovacevic will be on to talk Redette basketball as well. And we're going to have quite a bit of stuff that we're going to throw out there tonight. A lot of things to talk about, guys. It is the bowl season. Coach Clark tells us that he just doesn't see Clemson winning that ball game. In fact, he had 2 touchdowns to Alabama. Now, they played last year in the championship game. And one thing that Clemson did last year was score points on Alabama. So, Josh, your thoughts on the big game on Monday night?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm not a big fan of either one of the teams, but you're talking about one of the best, most explosive offenses in the country against one of the best defenses in the country. And it should be a great game. I think Clemson's going to be a little bit more hungry going into this after losing last year to Alabama in the championship game, and after the whooping they put on Ohio State. They ought to be flying pretty high right now. I mean, I didn't see the Alabama-Washington game, but I don't really think that was really in question, I guess. I don't know that Washington was the caliber of team that could beat in Alabama, and they kind of showed that. So I'm looking forward to the game, but I'm thinking that Clemson's going to pull this out. I think they're going to score some points, and I think they're just going to be able to outscore. I think it's going to be a shootout.
Chad Lee, the old football guy himself, you played a game or two. What do you think?
I like what Josh was saying. I don't know. I hate to say that I think it's going to be a good game because I thought the Clemson, the 2 games prior to this, I thought the Clemson Ohio State game was going to be a good game, and that turned out to be a blowout. I unfortunately thought our Hawkeyes and Florida was going to be a good game. That turned out to be
the first quarter.
Yeah, the first half, really. Yeah, half other than the screen pass. So, and Alabama beating Washington, that everybody kind of saw that coming. Washington did some things that, they kind of shot themselves in the foot and kind of, made that game go Alabama's way. But so I do think it's going to be a good game. I do think a lot of points are going to be scored. It will be interesting to see what Alabama does since Lane Kiffin has missed the bus, I guess. It's literally. They just left him on the tarmac or wherever they left him again, and then Saban just said, just go on and leave. So when your offensive coordinator is not there, you kind of thought those two probably might have been able to patch things up a little bit just for one more game, but those 2 egos just kind of send people in opposite directions. So it could be interesting, but I think Alabama, I hate to say it, I think Alabama will pull the game out, but I do think it will be a close game, but a high-scoring game.
A lot of good points, Chad. A lot of good points.
Yeah, but it's not very many programs that have a Steve Sarkisian sitting back as their offensive coordinator. I mean, no, I think that goes, other than kind of the circus for Alabama, I don't know that they're really going to skip a beat there. They kind of do their own thing anyway.
Well, this Lane Kiffin, oh mercy, something, didn't he? I mean, I wonder if there'll come a time when nobody's going to give that guy a job. He's the common denominator in everything that comes up. He can't fit in anywhere, and I think it has, at some point you have to say you kind of are the problem here.
Well, he's kind of going into obscurity now. Is it Florida Atlantic Coast or something like that? I mean, you're probably not going to hear a whole lot about him anymore, I wouldn't think.
I wouldn't think so. I mean, obviously he must have some talent with people. I mean, I'm sure what Saban is doing anyway, but other than to think the guy is really talented and I could use him, or maybe he's just trying to put the guy. I think it's more, I think he's talented, but I think Saban's more, let me help this guy out, then Kiffin goes and makes a jerk out of himself, which is pretty typical Kiffin stuff. So, I think after watching the 2 semifinal games, I think that, I honestly think Clemson's going to win the football game. I think Deshaun Watson, hear that, Dad? I'm right. Is the best player on the field. I think he's going to be the best player on the field, and I think last year's experience and the hunger, I think Clemson's going to get this one.
Boy, I hope you two are right. I really do.
We're going to grab a break. When we come back, we will visit with Coach Matt Crucy, Big Red basketball. We're talking hardwood stuff next on the pitch.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitch Sports Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home at 856-8661 or visit them at 501 North 18th Street in Centerville. Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and Southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
McCann can.
Hey everybody, it's Ocker the Broker with Ocker Realty in Centerville, located at 315 North 10th, just across from the post office. At Ocker Realty, we don't just list your house, we sell your house. We have innovative ways to make that happen. One of them being our virtual tours. Check out what we can do for you. Give us a call at 437-0500. That's 437-0500. Or call me on my cell at 641-895-0862. That's 895-0862. Ocker Realty in Centerville. Follow us home. Ocker Realty is an equal housing opportunity firm. Russ Ocker Broker.
You're listening to the Pitch Sports Show on KCOG Centerville, our first show of 2017. Happy New Year to everybody. And, of course, this is a great time of year for sports because we've got all sorts of great football games. I'm sure all of us here have gotten a good fill of the bowl games. We got another big one coming up on Monday night. And, unfortunately, Chad, from what I understand, or let's call it fortunately, you got to go over to Seymour and watch your son play basketball. Yeah. Freshman game, I understand.
Yeah,
that's the schedule.
It's a girl-boy doubleheader.
Right.
Starts at 6 o'clock.
Oh, man.
In the Warrior Dome.
Yeah, that's right.
So heading back over to the neck of the woods there.
That's right. Well, maybe they'll slap a big screen in the gymnasium for you. Keep an eye out there.
I'll talk to my brother.
There you go. See if he can at least set up a hospitality room.
That's right.
There you go.
That's the least thing to do. I'll have my phone on me.
All right, Coach Matt Cruz reports us now to talk Big Red basketball. Since last we spoke, we defeated the Clark, and then we went into the break. We come out of the break with Knoxville, and things didn't go our way last night. Let's go back first of all to the Clark game. That was a game that was supposed to be played earlier, and then you had some weather issues, so you made it up right before the break on a Thursday. Actually, then the kids, did they even have school on Thursday? Yeah, they had semester tests still, but really not a whole lot going on. But you came out against Clark, and you had some kids have maybe their best game so far this year. We'll start with Dan Hargrave. He was tremendous against Clark.
Yeah, I was proud of the whole team that night because that was the first game in a long time we've had 5 guys in double figures, and like you said, Dan took over, especially fourth quarter. And I don't even think he missed a shot. He was 10 for 11 for the night. So, that's a career night, and hopefully he can keep capitalizing on the improvement he's making. But one thing I liked about it was we spread them out in that fourth quarter because they made a nice comeback on us. We went up tempo on them and kind of controlled the whole game, but they kept nipping back, and we'd get up 20, they'd nip it back to about 10, and then they finally knocked it down to 8 or 6, right there with about 5 minutes left in the game, and well, I wanted to just spread them out and kind of work for layups and make them foul us, but Dan had a different game plan, and honestly, he came through very well. I mean, we drew double teams and fed it to him very well, and he pivoted to the basket, and actually, he made some really nice plays inside and capitalized on them on the double teams on Brett and Colton, and did a nice job. But Hunter Matty played a tremendous game too. Tyson Bloma, McGran. I'm just so happy that we're starting to see 5 guys contribute. Stick had a great night that night, Logan Stickler, and it's just nice to see we're playing as a team instead of just relying on a couple of scorers and playing hard-nosed defense. And if we can keep producing that in that respect, I think we're going to be all right. And even times last night when we're up against a top-notch defense like Knoxville played on us, they really limited what Brett and Colton were doing, and we had some guys step up at different times and make some nice plays. We just have to prolong that and stretch it out for longer periods of time, because I like the fact that everyone's trying to contribute now. It's just the fact of we just got to be more consistent about it. But I thought that Clark game was a very good game, showing what we are capable and our potential as a team.
Well, Clark's the first time you went a little more up-tempo defense with Clark, and so your thoughts on, obviously, it worked fairly well, but it's not something you're going to be able to do against everybody.
Yeah, I knew we would be limited last night because Knoxville had so much speed on the floor, and they go 9 deep, and he was almost platooning them on us, and teams like that are going to give us trouble, and especially if we extend our defense. And I was really leery of doing that, but I got to give Coach Larson credit too. Last night he came out and played 2-3 zone with a speedy guard team that I was totally anticipating man, because that's all they played against us in the 3 games we played against them last year. And the zone really set us back on our heels, and we really had a hard time producing points off that, because every time Brett saw the ball, he was going through a double team, and every time we passed it to anyone else or skip pass, they were fast enough to close us out and keep us from getting to the basket. And, really we had our best luck breaking their press and on the back end of their press converting. And, like I told my kids, I love the fact that we play hard, and the second half we tied them in score. You go down 14 at halftime, and we came out and tied them the whole second half. And I like that aspect, but I liked my team in the second half a lot better than the first half. We came out and we were kind of ticked off, and we didn't like the way the game was being called, and the guys kind of had a chip on their shoulder, and I thought we came out and played a lot harder in the second half.
It seemed like the officiating to me last night was going to let them play a little bit. I didn't have a whole lot of beef with them overall, as far as it didn't seem like they were one way or the other, except for with Knoxville pressing us, they probably could ask for a better group of officials, because a lot of hands and not a whole lot of whistles.
And that's where I'm at on that. I'm like you. I don't mind you letting the play go as long as they're moving their feet and in positions and things like that. I just thought Knoxville did a tremendous job hacking and slapping and making things rough for our passers to get rid of the ball and make clean passes to lead to good shots and things like that. It was just, a haphazard defensive game on their part, but when you got the speed they have, they could react. But anytime we did draw a double team, we were fighting through a lot of hands and a lot of arm checking. And Brett got his arms chopped off 2 or 3 times last night. And games like that are really tough for us to produce when a team can go 9 deep and not worry about foul trouble. And I think they had about 6 guys with 3 or 4 fouls. And when you're not worrying about that because you have so much team depth, you can extend and play that way. We don't have that luxury right now. I think next year we'll be a team that can play in kind of that same fashion. Hopefully we won't be hacking and slapping. I'd like to just outrun people, but at the same time, you got to give Knoxville credit. They've had that group for 2 years now, and they play like a veteran group. They're very good. They're very they're very confident, and at times they're a little bit overboard with their arrogance, but at the same time, when you've got a veteran group that plays really well, that's kind of a teenage thing. You know, when you know you're good, sometimes you flaunt it a little bit, and Knoxville's pretty good about doing that.
We're talking Big Red basketball with Coach Matt Christie's plenty more to come. We'll come back right after this on Hy-Vee's The Bit.
What is important to you right now? Is it your health? Is it your job? Is it your family? Perhaps it's your upcoming retirement or your lack of a plan to get to retirement. This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Successful coaches always have a plan for their team and for the next ball game. In the financial game of life, you need a smart plan to protect your family and a smart plan for your retirement. For almost 30 years now, I have been helping people with life insurance and retirement plans with cash flow. It's critically important to have a plan financially for your family and for your retirement. I can help you with both. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville.
Henley Dental in Centerville reminds you of the importance of taking good care of your teeth. You should have your teeth cleaned and examined every 6 months. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Taking good care of your teeth can save you a lot of pain and a lot of money. At Henley Dental in Centerville, they offer a wide array of dental procedures. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Henley Dental in Centerville. Only 10% of collision repair shops achieve I-CAR Gold Class standard, the highest training level recognized in the industry. RK Auto Body is proud to be one of them. We know the latest repair techniques, how to find hidden damage, and how to repair your car's critical safety features so they work properly again. We invest in training because we would never cut corners with your family's safety at stake. And neither should you. Get your vehicle repaired at RK Auto Body, where your safety is our top priority. RK Auto Body is located at 21317 Highway J46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500.
You're listening to KCOG Centerville, the Pitch Sports Show. Russ Ocker, Koestner, and Josh Bryce. And we're joined right now by shocking Big Red basketball coach. What's the record set at right now?
Oh, we're 5-4. What are we in the conference? 4-2.
Sure. See everybody once. So.
Yeah. Got a lot of nice away trips out of the way, and get this one Friday night out of the way at Eddyville, because that's a tough place to win. I truly think we have a better team than Eddyville, but it seems like up there it's rough night every time we go up there, and I've never gone up there and had a big decisive win. It just seems like every year it's going to be a battle, and you know, I know we're going to see a lot of pressure, and truly, I think we can kind of play the way we did against Clark a little bit. I kind of have it in mind to go full court against Eddyville too, and you know, we'll see what happens. It should be at least a fun game to watch, because I think the ball is going to be going up and down the court a lot. Hopefully, it'll just be in our favor.
Talk a little bit about what happens for a basketball program during the break. You get that break, and you've got a week there to practice. You don't have any games there. What are some of the things you hope to accomplish during the break, and what do you expect to see when you come into the second half of the season?
Yeah. Well, you know, I had planned to give my team a little bit of time off and let their legs recuperate, but you know, we had the Mount Pleasant game on Tuesday, and it had been set back for Monday due to the funeral for Coach Stevens, and then we had to reschedule the Clark game, and honestly, the way that played out, I really didn't mind it, because I thought, hey, we're getting an extra week of basketball. So I gave the kids about 3 or 4 days off, and then we came back the full week in between Christmas and New Year's. And we always try to like to do something fun. And 2 of the practices, we just basically play open gym basketball against our alumni. And I had a bunch of good guys come back in. I'll tell you, I had an all-star cast come back. We had Mike Starcevich, Colton Gonerman, Garrett Ferris, Logan Dabney, Tate Felton, Hunter Cowan. We had a really good group come back and challenge our guys to some basketball. And, you know, it's just pick up basketball, so we just downplay the practice part of it and just call it playing open gym and just play basketball. And it's great for our guys to see those alumni guys come back and just show their interest and support in the program. And, I can't forget Jared Armington. He looked, I'll tell you, those baseball guys that have gone on, Starcevich, Gonerman, in Arlington, they are in tremendous shape. So really their basketball abilities haven't dropped off much at all. In fact, I thought Sartsvich looked like he had just stopped playing for us. And Ferris, he's playing college basketball, so I mean he was in good form. And really, I think the only guys that were sucking a lot of air on that day was Felton and Dabney and Hunter Cowan. And honestly, Hunter Cowan's playing some college baseball too, so he's in pretty top shape too. So it was just a lot of fun because those guys, I mean, you know, you look back about the last 5 years, and that's basically the stars you would want from the team. You know, you throw Peyton Bush into that mix, and that's the guys you would want coming back and challenging your guys. And they did a great job. And they're so positive with the kids. You know, if they see an opening, that they're coaching as much as I am, and I love seeing that. And I think the guys love competing against them. And I know Brett gets up for it big time, him and Colton, because they had a little experience playing with most of those guys. And I think the younger guys were kind of in awe for a little while. And so the older guys knocked us off a couple of games, but then, you know, as age would have it, the younger group we came through in the end and knocked them off a few times too. So I was proud of my kids for competing really well against those guys. And, you know, like I said, it's more of a family reunion type thing. And, you know, we also had a team gathering over at my place. I wanted to let the guys come down and hang out in my basement, and we just had some fun playing cards and, you know, just basically just having some fun shooting the crud and enjoying each other's company and eating some pizza and, you know, just letting our hair down a little bit. And I just want to make that time, you know, I want to make it a good experience for the kids, but at the same time, let's get back in basketball shape and get with it. And, you know, at about the time those alumni guys left us, it was like, okay, now let's dial back in on Knoxville and let's get ready to go, because we knew Knoxville was going to be the team to beat in the conference, so it really wasn't hard to get the guys motivated. But at the same time, over Christmas break, we were also fighting the flu. You know, Jackson was out for that week in between there, and Tanner Swartz was also sick that whole time. So we were without two varsity guys, so I called up a couple of freshmen. I had Q come in for a day, and him and McCann came in and played with us a little bit, and they're my reserve guys. Anytime we get in a bind, I just call those guys and Jace Kirkland and say, come help us out a little bit. And they're always willing to come give us an extra hand. And it was a good experience. You know, I mean, a lot of the guys had some family gatherings, so each practice we were missing one or two people, and I want them to enjoy that family time, but I also want to get them on the court as much as possible. So I thought it was a very productive vacation, but I imagine, going from the guys' point of view, they probably wish they had a little more time off, but I think they love playing basketball too, so I think they were having a good time.
So you're 4-2 in the conference numerous time through. Both losses on the road. We know how, obviously, I think Knoxville's still unbeaten, I think.
Yeah, they're unbeaten, and Sheraton beat Eddyville last night, and Albia had the night off, so who would that leave? Davis County and Clark. And Clark beat Davis County by about 20 last night. So, you know, I'm telling you, I think Clark's going to be a handful too. And you know, I know Sheraton is going to have the JV kids stepping up to the varsity level when they come down here. So I imagine that'll give them a little bit of a boost. But I also think the chip on the shoulder that they left us when we left Sheraton, I think it's going to give us a little motivation to get with it against them. And you know, they're going to be battles against everyone. I know Albia didn't fit well with them, that we knocked them off on their home course, so they're going to come down ready to go. And the next 3 weeks are going to be really interesting in conference play because, you know, other than Knoxville, I think it's really going to be a fight for that second place spot. I think anyone could step up and knock it down, but you know, I really like the way our kids are starting to step up, and the chemistry's starting to form, and I still don't know who my starting five are. As you could see last night, I'm still juggling that around. But really, I'm just trying to reward the guys that are looking good in practice or have had a great previous game. And I'm trying to give them a chance to showcase their talent a little bit. But at the same time, I think 7 or 8 guys know they're right in the mix. And they're all working very hard. And I also want to point out Tyson Beloma this week, as he's been double practicing with the JV and the varsity, and he put in some minutes with the JV last night with Jackson. And you know, I like the fact that he's motivated to get better without even really being asked to. And when you see kids doing that on their own, and I've got kids constantly asking for the key to the gym to go in and shoot, and it's a great feeling as a coach when you have, like Sunday when everybody else is sitting around watching football. I think I had 4 or 5 guys get the key to the gym and go in and shoot for half an hour. So it's a great feeling when your kids are that interested in putting in the time and trying to get better. So I really think the direction's up for our team, and if we keep producing the way we are, I really think we're going to be okay conference-wise. So those non-conference games are going to be a handful, especially coming down here towards the end, because we have a slate full of good teams that we're going to be seeing. But at the same time, like I said, I think our kids are doing the right thing to become a good team. And another thing, our good friend Calvin down south is really putting up some points down at Putnam County, and he's going to be coming up to Centerville here, I think 2 weeks from Saturday. So I think he went for 51 last night against Brookfield down in Missouri, and he's had a couple of games going over 40. So, it's always nice to have Calvin come back and play with us, because he used to come and play at open gym with us all the time, and he's a good friend of ours, and hopefully we can just put the midgets away, though. But at the same time, it's nice to see some of these kids that we see in the off season come back and play against us. So it'll be fun.
Let's talk a little bit more about the starting 5 you went with last night. It's your biggest starting 5.
Yeah, we call that our big group, because we're our average height there is probably 6'2", but that's okay. I wanted Hunter to be able to guard the Davis kid from Knoxville, because he's such a good playmaker, and I watched him against Oski, and he made so many really good things happen. And last night, he probably had 5 or 6 assists that were outstanding, but he really didn't score at all. He only had 5 points on the game, and the Larson kid stepped up and had a nice game against us. And actually, their wing, I can't even think of the kid's name right now. It wasn't Wallace. He's their leading scorer though right now. I think it was McNeil or something like that, or Little. Kid was knocking down threes on us, and every time we went zone, they'd hit the three. Every time we went man, they were taking us to the basket. And but at the same time, for a team that I think their scoring goes like 12, 11, 9, 8, 8, 7, you have a team that's producing. Everyone's producing. You have to guard everyone. So, for a team being so evenly talented, I thought our guys did okay. And like I said, I just wish that my second half team would have played all 4 quarters. I think we would have had a lot better game.
Well, the second quarter, to me, is really what got us. It seemed like that they got a little momentum off the call on the ball, on the basket at the buzzer, which I think most of us thought was no good. I was thinking a ticket from a 1 point to 3 point, but it just kind of on the second quarter with pretty good momentum, and that seemed like it was, obviously you can't blame the whole game on it. But it certainly seemed to be a momentum change.
It stuck some air in their sails big time, because then they come out 5 seconds later, they have possession in the second quarter and knock down a 3 immediately. So their lead went from 1 to 6 very fast, and and they didn't look back. It seemed like, and then Brett got his charging foul, so he had 2 fouls. So then he kind of played a little more tentative in that second quarter, and I think they outscored us in the second quarter, like 17-5 or 15-5 or something like that. And that was the name of the game, because man, once they got up on us 10-15, we just had a hard time getting back against them. But like I said, I wish my second half team would have been there for 4 quarters. I think it would have been a lot better ball game.
Well, Friday night, the Centerville Blacksburg team, we put it on pretty good early in the year, but I think we were all expecting that to be a little better game than it was. Now you go to Eddyville Blacksburg, and I would expect that this is going to be a dogfight on Friday night.
I think it is too. I think one thing we do have that going for us a little bit is that Hargrave was not playing at that point. And a lot of the offense we ran against Eddyville that night, I was watching the game film today, in fact, and a lot of the offenses we ran against them, we have kind of tweaked and done a few things with them that has kind of helped us a little bit. So, if they just play our straight offense that we played against them last game, I think we'll have a little bit more success, just because we're doing a few things differently that have just worked better for us. So we've kind of just made a few different changes. But defensively, like I said, I have it in my mind that I'd like to go to that 70-mile-an-hour game, and it could be interesting. I think it might be one of those old Loyola Marymount games where it's like 120 to 110, and hopefully we'll just we'll persevere. But like I said, on that short court up there and transition baskets that we got that first time around, because it's a shorter court, it's the same size as like Albion and everywhere else. We're the only ones that play that marathon court, and it plays in our favor at home. But at the same time, when you go on the road, that short court, it'll make their press look a lot bigger than it did on our court. So, hopefully we can have some success doing the same thing.
Figure out you're 5-4 overall, 4-2 in the conference play. Friday night at Eddyville, Blacksburg. It is a boy-girl action, so you'll have the JV boys at 5.
Now that's a good question, because last year I remember when we went up there, it seemed like the JV boys were on the big court.
I was just sitting here thinking that might be the one place for the boys where the JV boys actually get to play.
And and it seemed like they didn't want to. They're kind of like Davis County. They're kind of cheap on officials, so it seemed like what they did was it was JV boys first, and then it was freshman boys in the second game in the small court, or the visiting gym or whatever you call it, and then it seemed like it was the JV girls after the varsity girls during the varsity boys. But I'm not sure on that. That's something that Kovach's going to be in here a little bit. I think he could answer that better than I can, because I know he's the athletic director, so he should have more direction. But it just seemed like last year when the late bus got there, it seemed like our JV team was up on Eddyville, and our boys were on the main court. Is that?
Yeah, I think so. I do. I remember the JV girls coming from the other gym, and I do remember the JV boys being on the big court.
Yeah, and the freshman boys. It seemed like right after the JV game, the freshman boys were playing on the other court. But I remember kind of sitting with you guys, watching Jackson and Caleb and Troy. You get after those guys, and it seemed like Eddyville had a very nice freshman squad.
Sure did.
We know they have some nice young players that are going to give us some issues, and then Coach Stout, he's not afraid to play all 10 of them. So it's going to be a fun one.
All right, give me your thoughts on next Monday night, Clemson and Alabama. Everybody gets to weigh in on this.
Well, it's going to be interesting with the new offensive coordinator change. I'd hate to lose my job right before the national championship, but, at the same time, I think it's going to be interesting. I think Alabama's got the better team, but I'm like you. I think Deshaun Watson can make some great things happen, and I was very impressed with the way Clemson's defense stepped up against Washington, and, if they play as well defensively against Alabama as they did Washington, I think Clemson.
Ohio State.
Oh, yeah, Ohio State. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. If they step up the way they did it there, it could be a great game. But then it just seems like Alabama is just that truck that runs you over every single game, and they just keep on pounding it at you. So that Scarborough's a hard guy to bring down. But I'm like you. I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go Clemson like 28 and Alabama 24. Just because that's what I want to see.
All right, Coach. Always thanks for stopping out. We look forward to visiting with you again next week, and good luck on Friday night.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
We're back right after this with more on Hy-Vee.
When it comes to menswear, nobody does it better than Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. Whether you need a new suit to look your best for that next business meeting or a new golf shirt to look your best for that next business meeting, Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square can help. And remember, wedding season is just around the corner. For all your tuxedo needs, stop by Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. From business to casual, from head to toe, Jim Ireland Menswear. We've got you covered.
When it's time for new flooring in your home, be sure to check out J&L Flooring in Centerville. We are a family business where honesty and integrity come first. Whether you are looking for carpet, vinyl or hardwood, tile, laminate, or luxury vinyl planks, you are always assured to get top quality products at affordable prices. We feature the latest in flooring trends, and financing is available. Give us a call today at 856-6331 to schedule an appointment. Ask about our new mobile showroom. For those with busy schedules, we bring the showroom to you.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiowegian.com. That's dailyiowegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appomattox County.
You're listening to the Pitch Sports Show on KCOG Centerville. We move into the back half of the show. Russ W, Chadley Koestner, and Josh Wright. Coming up in just a little bit, Caitlin Staten will join us on the show. She is our In the Black segment, a junior at CHS, and we look forward to visiting with her. Right now, Josh Wright is going to give us more reasons why we have to get out here to Hy-Vee. What's going on?
You bet. Got a lot of great stuff. Big 2-day sale going on Thursday and Friday this week. We have Hy-Vee peanut butter, 16-ounce jar, just 99 cents. We have Hy-Vee half-gallon white milk, just 99 cents a half-gallon. Progresso Soup Select Varieties, just 99 cents. We also have a select variety of General Mills cereals, just $1.88. And then also, if you come in on Thursday or Friday, when you purchase $50 worth of groceries, you can save 30 cents a gallon on your Fuel Saver card. And if those 2 days don't work out for you, if you come in on Saturday, if you purchase $80 worth of groceries, we'll give you 80 cents on your Fuel Saver card.
Run all that Fuel Saver stuff by the end.
Okay, so Thursday and Friday with a purchase of $50, you can get 30 cents. And then on Saturday with a purchase of $80, you can get 80 cents. And don't forget also we're running the new first promotion where you can win a $100 gift card. We're giving away 10 of those every week. And then at the end of the promotion, the grand prize winner is going to be given $10,000 in cash.
$10,000 in cold hard American insurance.
Yes, sir.
I like the sound of that. We could take a heck of a golf trip with money like that.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
It's nice time to go south.
Yeah. Or way west, one of the two.
Right.
All right, all of that right out here at your Hy-Vee store. Stop in and see Josh Bryce and the entire crew. All right, let's have some fun. Let's pick a department out here tonight, Josh. We'd like to. You got some great department managers. We talked about the kitchen a time or two. We talked about I've had you give me during this drilling season. We go back into the meat department. Well, it's winter, so let's keep heading over there. Talk to me a little bit about maybe what's going on over there with Tim Grant and the produce department.
Well, Tim Grant over there in the produce department, he's always got a lot of great selections. They hand make our Deluso salads every morning. So you come in here and get a fresh Deluso salad right there in aisle one, kind of a great grab and go type meal. We're also starting, I believe we've started a new banana program. We have a new brand of bananas, and I believe they're only 39 cents a pound every day, as opposed to Dole bananas that are 59 cents a pound every day. And we also offer a great variety of shortcuts. That's kind of our program over there. If you don't want to dice your peppers or cut your celery or your carrots or whatever, these things are ready to go. They're prepackaged, pre-cut, and ready to eat. So it'll save you some time in your meal, or if you're just looking for a snack.
Like your very own sous chef.
Kind of, yeah.
Done all the work.
Yeah, well, exactly.
All right.
Oh, speaking of sous chef, you remind me, we also now carry fresh sushi. Comes in 3 times a week. So I don't believe you can find it anywhere else in Centerville, but yeah, we do have fresh sushi right there in aisle one, fresh from our meat department.
Love it. Maybe the Cadillac.
A lot of people do.
Yeah, he likes this. Surprise.
There's a lot of people like the California roll. I tried it. I wasn't a big fan of sushi, but I like the California roll. Some of the other stuff a little bit much for me, but
you get
people really enjoy it.
A half shell and let me know. Have a few of those, but the sushi, I'm going to leave that for other people. But people love it.
Yeah,
they love it. A lot more, I guess, sophisticated.
More of a hit type thing. Yeah.
They're just smarter than I am.
Tricky.
They're trendy. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more Hy-Vee's a bit right after this.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitchfork Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home at 856-8661 or visit them at 501 North 18th Street in Centerville. Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and Southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
McCann can.
Hey everybody, it's Ocker the Broker with Ocker Realty in Centerville, located at 315 North 10th, just across from the post office. At Ocker Realty, we don't just list your house, we sell your house. We have innovative ways to make that happen. One of them being our virtual tours. Check out what we can do for you. Give us a call at 437-0500. That's 437-0500. Or call me on my cell at 641-895-0862. That's 895-0862. Ocker Realty in Centerville. Follow us home. Ocker Realty is an equal housing opportunity firm. Russ Ocker Broker.
time now for our In the Box segment brought to you by Northside Insurance in Centerville. Amy Gunnerman and the crew at 856-3333. That's 856-3333. And Amy Gunnerman is another one that's been with us since way back at the beginning of the show. So we appreciate Amy and the folks at Northside. Our In the Box segment tonight is Centerville High School junior Katie Staten. Katie, thanks for stopping out tonight. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm a junior from Centerville, and I live with my mom and stepdad, and my younger sister lives with me. My older brother is graduated last year, and my grandparents do not live with me or in Centerville. So, yep.
Now, they would be able to listen on the pitchforkshow.com. Did you tell them that?
I forgot to. I did tell my mom, though.
Here's the good news. The show's recorded, so they can go back tomorrow and hear what their granddaughter has to say all the way in Centerville Hy-Vee. Where would your grandparents be located?
My grandma lives in Arizona.
Good call.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So now you moved here last year?
Yes.
Okay. So where were you at before you were a Centervillian?
I live in Montezuma, Iowa.
Okay. What's their team nickname? What's their mascot?
They're the Montezuma Braves and Bravettes.
Okay. So you're a fairly busy girl here at CHS. Tell me some of the things you're involved in.
I do basketball and softball, and I am involved in the nursing program at Indian Hills. And, yeah, that's about it.
Well, that's what, I mean, when you're talking about, let's talk a little bit about this nursing program. We have a lot of young ladies come through here that are involved with that. It seems like that it's a tremendous opportunity with Indian Hills here in Centerville. It's almost an invaluable thing for you gals to be able to get what you're an LPN a lot of times by the time you graduate high school, right?
Yep, that's true. Usually when we finish, we'll be able to take skills tests to become a CNA by the time we graduate.
Okay.
And then we can finish our year at Indian Hills and decide what to do after that.
Outstanding. And that's all. Now, do you girls have to pay for that? Is that through the high school or is it?
Yes, it is through the high school. And then after you graduate, then it'll be paid for.
Right. Well, that's outstanding. Okay, so basketball and softball. Right now we're in the middle of the basketball season. So tell me about what position you play in basketball.
I play a post and occasional wing, and it's not bad at all. I mean, it's a lot of work getting up and down the court and a lot of defense, and you have to be tough with the ball.
So you get here last year. I think you got here about in the middle of the basketball season.
Yes, right after break.
And so one of the first people that you would have been involved with would have been Coach Matt Koestner. He's kind of a quiet guy for the most part. But, so, I mean, you're not going to come across much more of an animated person than him. And so your first thought from Centerville and this crazy guy.
Yeah, at first it was like, well, I don't know. Kovach, he's Kovach, and I thought he was good. He's a good person, and I enjoy the craziness about him. I enjoy it.
It seems like the gals, whether it be the golf or the basketball, everybody seems to really enjoy. So it's no doubt that he's passionate about the girls.
Oh yes.
All right. So the season so far hasn't been going wins and losses as well as we hope, but we're coming into the second half of the conference season now. Your thoughts on what you girls have to do maybe to put a few more wins up?
Well, I feel like we should get more communication skills, and I guess if we worked on that a lot more, then people would know like who's going to get the ball or who's going to go where and what plays to do. And another thing would be just a simple dribbling the ball or making passes and stuff. So.
Okay. All right, so then after this, you'll be moving into softball, which I'm assuming we're getting to that time where there's going to be some open gyms, and the spring sports and the summer sports are going to be demanding a little bit of the time as well. Any idea on when you guys will start hitting for softball or pitchers and catchers, or what? Let's start with this. What position are you in softball?
I play either left or right field in the outfield.
so not a pitcher or a catcher. So you won't have to report early to spring training.
Right.
Any idea then when all that will get started?
I'd say probably halfway through track season or so.
All right, Katie Staten is a junior at Centerville High School. So I guess tell me, when you're not doing sports, what are some of the things you like to do?
I like to fish when in between football and basketball season, like during football season. And I don't know, lift weights during track season. That always interests me. So.
Did you see the fishing thing coming in?
No, I didn't see the fishing thing coming at all.
I think we got to jump in the pond.
I think we should reel that one in.
Yeah, I think so. Tell me a little bit more about the fishing. What are you? Pond fishing, lake fishing? What are you out there?
Yes, well, we have probably 5 ponds, so we pond fish, and it's just crappie, bass, bluegill, and we have some grass carp or pike just to clean around the moss. And
okay.
Yeah.
What is your favorite to fish for?
Bass.
Okay.
I love bass just because how big. I like to see, like, it's competition with the family, so I like to see who can get the biggest that day or the next day. So it's just a big competition.
Do you eat the fish?
If they're like an average. If they're big, then we just wait like for mating and stuff, and then we'll eventually catch them. But just average size.
You yourself will eat the fish?
Yes.
What's your favorite to eat?
Probably crappie.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
I think that's both very good calls. So now, you mentioned going fishing in the fall. Do you fish much in the spring then too? Because you don't play a spring sport, right?
Right.
Do you do any, or is it just too chilly?
Yeah. It's too cold.
Okay. What about a job? You have one of those yet?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I work at Fairway.
Okay, that's all right. We have folks here that do that. It's okay. All right. All right. Okay, so we're moving into the back half of the school year. So before you know it, you will be a senior, and then before you know it, you'll be out of here. So obviously, it sounds like you want to be a nurse then when you grow up, or
yes.
How far do you want to go with that?
Well, I want to be an anesthesiologist.
So quite a ways.
Yes.
How about that? Now, so like a full-fledged anesthesiologist or a nurse anesthetist or whatever the proper, what's all that terminology?
Well, I guess my main goal is to become a nurse, to become an anesthesiologist, like a doctor. But if, like, down the road it becomes, like, too much school or something, then I'll just become a nurse anesthetist. And
well, I think they all do very well. They do, but it's a little bit of pressure. If I ever run into you, just promise me that I'll wake up. Okay. All right. I'm student, but I'm a student. All right. Let's don't do that. Okay, so now you mentioned earlier a sister.
Yeah.
That's a younger sister. How old is she?
She's a junior this year.
And you're a junior this year?
I don't know. She's a sophomore. Sorry.
Okay. So you guys are close to the same age?
Yes.
All right, so talk to me about, you get along real well. Do you borrow each other's clothes? Is there ever any headlocks? Or?
Well, we are pretty close, but she's a little bit smaller than me, so we can't really share clothes.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess sometimes we have our ups and downs, but that's siblings. So.
Oh, sure. Oh, but who's you? So if she's smaller, you can. And who's more likely to get the other one in the headlock to win?
Me. Yeah, definitely.
I see a little fiery side.
Yeah.
The powder puff football.
Oh, yes.
You got a little fired up. I was out there officiating, and I thought I heard some words come out of her mouth, and I probably shouldn't have.
You mean like, darn it?
Yeah.
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 Rick, yeah.
So, you always been that fiery, or?
I guess it depends. It depends on the situation. I mean,
I was ready to sign her up for our football team. That's not a lot, I think, but you made a heck of a catch, too. So, scored the touchdown, right?
Yes.
Do you like to watch sports at all, or just play sports?
Yes, I love to watch sports. Football, basketball, softball, or baseball. I like to watch baseball. And, yeah.
Good call. You got a favorite pro team, or?
No. I like to watch Iowa State. I'm a big Iowa State fan for basketball.
That's good. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's good. She worked the fairway. Things just gone south around here. Okay, and you mentioned earlier off the air, you're not sure about the whole prom thing, all right? You haven't made a decision yet? Or?
No, I have not made a decision yet.
So that tells me you don't have a date yet.
Right.
So if you're out there, people can call or,
Yeah.
or like, no, don't bother, I ain't got time for all that. Or,
I guess it's kind of an iffy. I mean, if
the right.
yeah.
I see. That's go through your agent, or can they go to you directly? Or
Well, have to see.
Okay, it is time now, Katie Staten, for your 5 fast questions.
Okay.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Pet peeve. What really tips off Katie Staten?
People chewing
Like
loud.
Oh, chewing loud, not chewing.
Or no, like just chewing into like chips or yeah.
Okay. Okay, give me a dream vacation if you want a trip and go anywhere. Where would you want to go?
The Bahamas.
Okay, good call. Dream vehicle. If we said to you, you have won a vehicle for coming out here tonight, and it's whatever you want, what would you roll out of here in?
Probably a Porsche.
It's a nice call there too.
Yeah.
All right. And finally, give me a favorite celebrity. You could hang out with a celebrity for a day.
Celebrity for a day. Probably Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think if he asked for Trump, I think he would say,
Oh, definitely.
oh, yeah. Outstanding. Well, listen, thanks so much for coming out tonight. Thanks for being a great kid and working hard on the basketball court. We look forward to watching you throughout the rest of the season, and hopefully we can go up there and maybe do something about those Eddyville Rockets.
All right, and thank you for having me.
You bet. Katie Staten's going to get a free 6-inch sub for coming out tonight. Compliments of Subway in Centerville, Subway Eat Fresh. We're in the box segment brought to you by Northside Insurance in Centerville. Maybe got on the crew at 856-3333. We're back with more on Hy-Vee's The Bitch right after this.
What is important to you right now? Is it your health? Is it your job? Is it your family? Perhaps it's your upcoming retirement or your lack of a plan to get to retirement. This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Successful coaches always have a plan for their team and for the next ball game. In the financial game of life, you need a smart plan to protect your family and a smart plan for your retirement. For almost 30 years now, I have been helping people with life insurance and retirement plans with cash flow. It's critically important to have a plan financially for your family and for your retirement. I can help you with both. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville.
Henley Dental in Centerville reminds you of the importance of taking good care of your teeth. You should have your teeth cleaned and examined every 6 months. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Taking good care of your teeth can save you a lot of pain and a lot of money. At Henley Dental in Centerville, they offer a wide array of dental procedures. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Henley Dental in Centerville. Only 10% of collision repair shops achieve I-CAR Gold Class standard, the highest training level recognized in the industry. RK Auto Body is proud to be one of them. We know the latest repair techniques, how to find hidden damage, and how to repair your car's critical safety features so they work properly again. We invest in training because we would never cut corners with your family's safety at stake. And neither should you. Get your vehicle repaired at RK Auto Body, where your safety is our top priority. RK Auto Body is located at 21317 Highway J46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500.
our first Pitch Sports Show of the new year. Happy 2017 to everybody. And we're joined now by a guy that has, some reasons to be in a good mood anyway. The Oklahoma Sooners, right? As I recall, did they win their bowl game? SEC. Gee, everybody just crows about how good the SEC is. It seems like the Oklahoma Sooners don't have any problem with it anyway, I guess. I don't know. As long as we want to play Alabama, I guess. Last year, who did Chiefs play? The Auburn Tigers. Oh, that's how you handled it. Oh, easily. I can't stay up. The game hit Centerville midnight. Jeez, that's way past my bedtime. Yeah. Well, so that's good. It was a good win. Yeah. It's a good way to finish off the year. Yeah. All right, so let's talk Reddit basketball here. The girls up against Knoxville last night, and another one where the scoreboard anyway, didn't shine so brightly in our favor. No, it was a very, very disappointing outcome of the game. I thought coming into the game, going through the whole Christmas break, kind of developing somewhat of a game plan for Knoxville. I thought we were in good shape there, and I thought we started out the game by executing the game plan pretty much to a T. We kind of knew we expected what we needed to get accomplished there. We knew they had a nice young kid up there, number 14. I can't even say her last name. It's Kitjes or something like that. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it was we needed to hold her in check, and we needed to be able to break their half-court press and not turn it over to lead the layups, because we knew they were not going to, Knoxville came in shooting like 25% from the field, so we knew confident if we could just get them maybe in the half-court defense, they weren't going to score a lot of points against, and it turned out to be that way. It's just they scored too many points in transition. We didn't take care of the ball, and at times we let number 14 get loose and make too many shots. So, and I thought our effort and our execution was very, very poor, and that comes from the top. That comes from the coach. So I put it on myself that we did not execute the game plan at all throughout the 4 quarters of the game, and it was a very kind of a disheartening. I told Mike and Chad on the radio at halftime of the boys' game that it's one of those losses in the last 3 or 4 years that was the toughest, because I thought we had a really, really good game plan. I thought we could be competitive throughout the game, and I thought we just kind of came out and laid an egg, and I thought we folded up shop after they went on a little run in the beginning of the second quarter. I thought we just kind of just folded up our things and said, okay, we don't want to be here anymore. And it's always the first game after break, so you never know what you're going to get from the first game after break. So we went back at it tonight and had one of our better practices of the year tonight. So the girls are a pretty resilient group of girls. So they certainly don't let things get them down too much, because we were right back at it tonight and getting ready for Eddyville, and we're going to have if not a better game plan ready to go for them. They're coming off a big win last night. They beat Sheraton, who was undefeated coming into the season. So it's going to be a tall task going up to Eddyville on Friday, but we're sure going to give it our best shot.
Do you think Luce and Madeline there in the pregame took some wind out of yourselves just before you even got going? No,
I don't know if it took the wind out of the girls, but it took the wind out of the coach. I know that. It's just, it's one of those things. It's a crazy thing. I've never seen that before. As many games as I've coached, I've never seen somebody get hurt in pregame warm-ups. But it's one of those things, again, that it's funny. We sit and we preach, we do practice it every day about passing the basketball and be able to hit people in the chest, hit people on the move, and it goes, sure enough, somebody throws a ball to her feet. She stumbles around, tries to pick it up, steps on the ball, rolls her ankle. So it's not only did we throw bad passes in the game last night, we threw them before the game even started. So it was one of those things, a crazy thing. And, and injuries are starting to hit us. Madeline obviously missed the whole game last night. I would say she would probably be doubtful if we had an injury report to give to Vegas for her for on Friday. And then it turns out I got a note today that Katie George suffered a concussion last night during the game that I had no idea didn't know it even happened throughout the course of the game. And she went to the doctor and they diagnosed her with a concussion. So she's at least out for the rest of this week. And you guys know when a concussion hits, you're probably looking at 2 weeks at the very, very minimum. So we did get Emily Mormon back to practice tonight for the first time. So that's, you're losing 2 and gaining 1. And
she helped out. She's back getting up and down the floor. She's got a ways to go before she's probably back in basketball shape. But just to have a little bit of more of that veteran leadership who's been in the mix at the varsity level to be back on the court to help us out, help some of our younger kids out, helped out a lot. So she brought a little bit more of that leadership role, which we need, which I've been preaching to a lot of these sophomores and juniors for that matter, and is we need somebody to step up and be that vocal leader. I understand sometimes some of the kids' attitudes and just their demeanor don't have that vocal leadership, rah-rah type of person, but we need that, and we don't have that right now, and we need that, and I think Emily can bring that a little bit to the table, so we're happy to have her back.
We'll grab a break. We'll come back more with Coach Matt Kovakovich and the Reddit basketball team. Also, we've got the Hall of Fame Challenge coming up, and we'll take a little trip to the mound tonight. There's some interesting things going on in the world of sports. We'll chat about those when we come back on Hy-Vee's The Biz.
When it comes to menswear, nobody does it better than Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. Whether you need a new suit to look your best for that next business meeting or a new golf shirt to look your best for that next business meeting, Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square can help. And remember, wedding season is just around the corner. For all your tuxedo needs, stop by Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square. From business to casual, from head to toe, Jim Ireland Menswear. We've got you covered.
When it's time for new flooring in your home, be sure to check out J&L Flooring in Centerville. We are a family business where honesty and integrity come first. Whether you are looking for carpet, vinyl, or hardwood, tile, laminate, or luxury vinyl planks, you are always assured to get top quality products at affordable prices. We feature the latest in flooring trends, and financing is available. Give us a call today at 856-6331 to schedule an appointment. Ask about our new mobile showroom. For those with busy schedules, we bring the showroom to you.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiowegian.com. That's dailyiowegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appomattox County.
It's the Pitchfork Show on KCOG Centerville, presented by your local Hy-Vee store. Josh Price has given us a number of reasons to get out here to Hy-Vee, and including, somebody's going to win $10,000 old hard American money. Coming up, and that'll be used. How's that work? Well, how do you do that? First plus card, bud. Oh, plus card. Okay. And here's the kicker: Bass is not eligible. He can't. There you go. Federal law, I guess. Is that right? Kicked him out. He already won a major award. Huh. He might make another basketball coach would have a chance to win that sucker with. Yeah, it must be Italian. Must be Francesi. Okay. Let's Eddyville Blacksburg, is going to be they're going to be a handful. They're a heck of a ball team. But let's look at the back half of the season. Okay. The first half of the season, not exactly how we wanted it to go. But there's some games out there in the conference schedule that we should be able to compete with.
Oh, I'd like to think there's several schools here in the second half that we can compete with. I mean, we've shown that we can compete. I mean, we went to Sheridan and battled with them, and we sure respect them, and we respect their program and what they can do. So, I think if we can obviously limit our turnovers and make a few shots, I think in this conference, when I was talking to somebody today about it, I think we're capable of being right there. It's just we just got to get healthy, and we've got to put together 4 quarters of a basketball game. And I think it's coming. I think it's going to be there, and I certainly think the girls think it's going to be there. It's not like I told them today. There's nobody going to ever give up. We never gave up when we were 0-21, and we're certainly not going to give up this year for what we've got to work with, how young we are. So I think there's games in the second half that we can definitely compete in and definitely come out on top.
We got to find some points.
Sure, that helps.
And it starts by take care of the ball as
Mhm.
well. But points wise, who's capable? Who could be a scorer for you yet this year?
Well, I think Madeline could be our scorer inside if we could ever find a way to get our transition game to where it is. And I have yet to figure out why we can't get it to where it needs to be, because I think that's what we need. We need to become a team that can get the rebound, because rebounding this year has been surprisingly very, very good, in my opinion at times. And we need to get the outlet and get the ball up the floor and then hit her in transition a little bit coming down the floor, because we've got to use Madeline's athleticism. We got to use Katie Staten's athleticism, because they can outrun a lot of post players in this conference and be able to get up and down the floor. And for us to do that, we've got to make shots, and that's going to be able to set up our press. I'd love for this team to be able to do a little bit more pressing, but to be able to press, you've got to be able to make shots and set up that press. So that's what we're really focusing on here in the second half of the season, is getting the ball up the floor, and everybody on this team can be a scorer. I think there's not just one person where we can just say, hey, we got to get the ball to her because we need her to shoot 15 to 20 shots a game. I think everybody can get up 8 to 10 shots a game or even more, and that's what we also need to do is when it comes with turnovers, we don't get shots up. So our volume of shots to the rim need to get better, and that's going to lead for us to score more points. But I think it's not just one person. I think everybody on this basketball team in this rotation that we play can score the basketball, and that's something good that the defenses in the conference can say, okay, we don't have to stop one certain person. But it's just the fact of just taking care of the ball. And we've shown that this year, where scoring 50-plus against Sheridan and 50-plus against Clark. And those are good teams. I mean, those are good teams in this conference, and we've showed them we can do it. It's just, we talked about it here the last few weeks, Russ, is the consistency has to get better. We're playing one good game, playing, to my expectations, maybe having a couple nights off and then coming back and playing a great game. So hopefully we can go up to Eddyville. We know it's going to be a challenge, but hopefully we can go in there and battle with them for 4 quarters and have a chance to win it in the last half of that fourth quarter. So, and that's what we're expected to do. We're not going up there thinking that we're just going to have to go play Eddyville, and that's what we have to get as a coaching staff, get over to the girls. We're not just going to go up, get off the bus, play 4 quarters, and kind of just lay an egg is kind of like what we thought we did, in my opinion, what we did last night.
What can you tell us about the schedule for Friday night at Eddyville?
Yeah, it's a little bit, it's not like what we do here. It's, let me make sure I get this right without making sure I screw it up. The varsity girls are going to play on the main court, obviously, at 6 o'clock, 6:15. And then the varsity boys will play after us. And before us, I believe it's the JV or freshman boys at 5 o'clock. But I'm not sure who that is. And then on the old gym, it'll be at 6 o'clock. It'll be either the JV or freshman boys at 6. Does that make sense to you? And then the JV girls will go over and play in that old gym during the boys game. Okay. Does that make sense to you? Did I explain it, or did I completely whiff on it?
I really don't know what's going on up there, but I know we're going to have some varsity basketball games. I think it's okay. So 5 o'clock. I think the JV boys will have to play at 5 o'clock.
Yes, on the main court.
It's just a matter of where. So they'll play on the main court.
Yes.
And then, so in their other gym, which theirs is right next to it, next there.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure what they.
Well, then during the girls' game, the freshman boys would play.
Right. And then during the varsity boys, we believe the
JV girls will play.
Okay.
Does that kind of make?
I think so.
Okay. I hope I didn't confuse everybody.
So you'll play your varsity girls game before you play your JV girls.
Yes, and that's usually what we don't do. We usually play the JV girls before the varsity girls. But I don't want to confuse. I think that's pretty much. I got the email this week, and I want to make sure. I should have brought that email up, but I wanted to make sure we get that across to everybody and all the parents out there. I believe that's what we did last year as well. I think that's what it was. When we walked into the gym, the JV boys were playing on the main floor because I think Coach Hill was coaching on that court. So hopefully that's correct. We'll make sure to get that out to everybody on the Facebook page and on the website to make sure to get that schedule out. So if anybody's any more confused now than they were before I started to talk, then go look at the athletic CHS athletic Facebook page, and we'll get that updated for you tomorrow.
All right, Coach Makovich, it's time now to take the Hall of Fame challenge. We'll see how everybody does here. Brought to you by Power Insurance of Moravia. Call 724-9000. That's 724-9000. Okay, guys, this was quite a Rose Bowl. I don't know if you guys saw it. Heck of a football game. A lot of big stats in there. And so we're going to take a little Rose Bowl trivia here, see if you guys are paying attention. Sam Darnold, the superstar quarterback for the University of Southern California. 473 total yards of offense. That's the most. Okay. So he passed from 2006. So the 472 yards of offense are the most. Okay. Put up by, he passed the former number of 467 put up by this quarterback in 2006 against USC. So there you go. That'll help you out. Okay. So that's question number one. Okay. Question number one. Let me read that to you again. Sam Darnold's 473 yards of total offense, passing and running, are the most in a Rose Bowl, and he passed the 467 yards put up by this quarterback in 2006 against the U.S. Okay, his 453 passing yards, that's the second most passing yards, behind Oregon's Danny O'Neal. Remember Danny O'Neal? No, but he's up. 456 yards he threw for. Now, he took second place away from this former USC Trojan, who's currently an NFL backup quarterback. He flew there, too, to help out. Okay. And finally, how many total points were scored in this year's Rose Bowl? It's a record. How many total points were scored in this year's Rose Bowl? Those are the three guys to work on there a little bit. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll see how you do right after this.
Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitchfork Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home at 856-8661 or visit them at 501 North 18th Street in Centerville. Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and Southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
McCann can.
Hey everybody, it's Ocker the Broker with Ocker Realty in Centerville, located at 315 North 10th, just across from the post office. At Ocker Realty, we don't just list your house, we sell your house. We have innovative ways to make that happen. One of them being our virtual tours. Check out what we can do for you. Give us a call at 437-0500. That's 437-0500. Or call me on my cell at 641-895-0862. That's 895-0862. Ocker Realty in Centerville. Follow us home. Ocker Realty is an equal housing opportunity firm. Russ Ocker Broker.
So it was Rose Bowl. Okay, granddaddy of them all. Very eventful Rose Bowl this year. A lot of records set. Question number one. Sam Darnold's 473 total yards of offense are the most, passing 467, which was put up by this quarterback in the 2006 game against USC. Everybody knows that was a young man from Texas, Vince Young. Or at least Kovac knew it. Yeah, I got it. Dad, gosh, is not okay. All right.
I just didn't want to have to say Texas. I'm glad you said that.
The 453 passing yards is second behind Oregon's Danny O'Neal. Everybody remembers Danny O'Neal and his 456-yard passing performance. Anyway, he took second place away from this former USC Trojan, who's now currently an NFL backup, and that is the guy with the Dallas Cowboys, Mr. Mark Sanchez. Yep, 2 for 2. Josh, 0 for 2. Okay. How many total points were scored in this year's Rose Bowl?
I have 101.
Kovac has 101.
I had 88.
Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I did. I can remember what it was, though.
52 to 49, 101 total points. Kovac walks away with the win. Most all time right there in the Rose Bowl. So there you go. Why not start the new year off with
New Year, that's 10. No, I think it's 112 and 8. Cumulative record here on the page, Chris.
We had to make you sweat a little.
You did. You had me worried there for a second.
I'm not sure you got any of right. I think you just made me sweat. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll take a little trip to the mountain. Talk sports in general. Get their thoughts on some big-time issues out there right now when we come back on Hy-Vee's Pitch.
What is important to you right now? Is it your health? Is it your job? Is it your family? Perhaps it's your upcoming retirement or your lack of a plan to get to retirement. This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Successful coaches always have a plan for their team and for the next ball game. In the financial game of life, you need a smart plan to protect your family and a smart plan for your retirement. For almost 30 years now, I have been helping people with life insurance and retirement plans with cash flow. It's critically important to have a plan financially for your family and for your retirement. I can help you with both. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville.
Henley Dental in Centerville reminds you of the importance of taking good care of your teeth. You should have your teeth cleaned and examined every 6 months. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Taking good care of your teeth can save you a lot of pain and a lot of money. At Henley Dental in Centerville, they offer a wide array of dental procedures. Call Henley Dental in Centerville at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Henley Dental in Centerville. Only 10% of collision repair shops achieve I-CAR Gold Class standard, the highest training level recognized in the industry. RK Auto Body is proud to be one of them. We know the latest repair techniques, how to find hidden damage, and how to repair your car's critical safety features so they work properly again. We invest in training because we would never cut corners with your family's safety at stake. And neither should you. Get your vehicle repaired at RK Auto Body, where your safety is our top priority. RK Auto Body is located at 21317 Highway J46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500.
You are listening to the Pitchfork Show on KCOG Centerville. Time to take a little trip to the mountain. And before we do that, we'll give Kovac his chance to weigh in on this national championship game, Clemson and Alabama. Everybody else has had their 2 cents. So what do you got?
It's Alabama. I mean, I know Clemson, that they looked very, very sharp against a highly overrated Ohio State team, but I mean, it's Alabama, and it doesn't matter if it's Lane Kiffin or Sarkisian calling the plays. They've just got way better players than everybody else in the country. And I know Clemson looks good, and everybody just say, "What that? Sean Watson and this and that and the other." It's not going to matter because Alabama can do whatever they want. I think defensively against any team in the country, and I think they're that good defensively to shut them. They're not going to shut them down. They're going to score points, but I mean, it's too much Alabama. It's too many 5 stars. It's too many good players, and they have a pretty good coach in Saban, as much as I hate to say it, but I mean, he knows obviously what he's doing. I mean, he can sure recruit and get the players, and he can sure coach. So Alabama, 31-27.
So you got a ball game.
It's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any stretch, but I think it's going to be exactly like the game against Washington, where they're up a touchdown or a field goal, 10 points, where you're one play away maybe from making it a game, but at the end of the day, Alabama's the better team and they're going to win. I mean, it's just like they're just too good of a team. That's kind of how Alabama plays. I mean, they don't blow a lot of people out. With their offense that they run, it's kind of a ball control type of deal where they kind of stay in there. But I'm saying, it's going to be a 10-point game, maybe a 2-score game at times, and maybe Clemson scores late to make it a ball game. So,
all right, one of the hot topics of this bowl season, obviously, is the decision by some guys not to play. in the bowl game. Mm-hmm. So let's talk a little bit about that, Chad. Let's get your thoughts first. Fournette and McCaffrey choosing not to play. I think that Fournette had some injuries there. I mean, it was.
Well, if you're injured, that's one thing. But just to come out and say, "Hey, I'm looking for the next level. I'm not going to play with my guys that I've been in the locker room with for the whole season." I do not agree with it. I think you should go out there and play, and if that's the case, take your whole senior year off and don't even play and get ready for the NFL. If I'm a GM in the NFL and I see these guys take that last bowl game off, I'm thinking, well, that to me cuts down on his character, and he wants to quit on his team now. What's to say he's not going to quit on us after we draft him? So I was kind of disappointed that those guys would even think about doing that. I know, as being a football player, I played every game and was happy to do it and played my hardest in every game that I was in, and wish I could go back and play more. And I understand that you're going to the next level, but you can still do it. Who's going to say you're going to get hurt? Maybe you go out there and run for 300 yards and increase your draft options. You might be a higher draft hit. So I don't agree with it at all, and I wouldn't even let him in the league. How about that?
Josh? I'm 100% with Chad. I think it's ridiculous. I mean, if there's an injury or there's an underlying circumstance, that's one thing. But somebody like McCaffrey, I mean, the whole reason that Stanford, anyway, we're going to watch Stanford in the bowl game this year was because to watch him play. I mean, he's just that explosive. And the university, I would think, would be a little bit upset about that. That's going to hurt for next year. You kind of look at a lot of situations like that. The Peppers kid from Michigan, I don't know. I mean, that they said it was an injury kind of late. I don't necessarily know if that was the complete case or not, or where he didn't play. And if you're a college athlete, I just can't imagine if I was a senior or even a junior, getting ready to get drafted. I can't imagine not wanting to go out one last time with my teammates. I mean, that just seems ridiculous. I don't think I could do it. Just sit there and watch my teammates that I've worked so hard with my entire career. And even though I am moving on to the next level, possibly, I just couldn't fathom not playing.
Well, Russ, you know how I hate to agree with all you guys, but I would. I mean, it is exactly right. I agree with both what Josh and Chad. You almost think that they're getting talked to by people that aren't really for them, and the fact that maybe agents or other people in the hierarchy are like, "Hey, man, don't do this for the money." I mean, where's just like kind of you guys touched on? Where's your pride for the school that's held out how many thousands of dollars for your scholarship for 4 years? I mean, that's what I'm saying. You're not going and playing with your guys that you worked so hard with for 3 or 4 years, and then you're just going to go and not play in one game because you don't think the Sun Bowl counts. Well, I mean, I think it counts. I think it counts for your university, and it's just very. I hope this doesn't lead to more people doing it. I think that's where we're going to be headed. We're going to be looking at a lot of college football seniors and juniors that want to go declare early, not playing in bowl games, because you know how it is. Once 1 or 2 people do it, you're just going to continue to see those middle of the pack teams that make those kind of Sun Bowl games or Outback Bowls and say, forget it, I don't want to play anymore because I don't want to get hurt. And also I don't think they should be able to be in the combine. If these kids are going to not play in the bowl game, they shouldn't play in any of the All-Star games at the end of the year, and the NFL should say, you're not coming to our NFL combine then at the end of the year, because you can sprain an ankle there too. If you can sprain an ankle in 3 game warm-ups, you can sprain an ankle in the NFL combine. I know that. So,
how about these schools saying, hey, you know what, you want to sit at that last game? Well, you're going to have to pay back your scholarship.
Well, I think that's a solid idea, but then all of a sudden, well, I'm not going to be able to set it out. I'm going to have to have twisted an ankle. So I've done that.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I understand. I fully understand it. I mean, you're talking about, you guys, these guys get drafted. They play whatever a fourth in, right? Period. Whether they ever are any good in the NFL or not. When you, a Fournette or McCaffrey, barring some career-ending injury, they're millionaires. Multi-millionaires. Life-changing money.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I think it's a character. It's their decision to make. I don't think it has anything to do with playoffs. I think people that have commented on it, well, what's the difference than before? You had one game that mattered and the rest didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the playoffs have anything to do with this.
Mm-hmm. No.
I think it points to where we're at in this society, on down into the high school and lower levels. The team thing is no longer what it used to be. I've said this before, parents care, but 90% of parents don't care about anybody but their kid in the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the whole team thing is gone. What's going to give my child the best chance to succeed? That's why you see some of the things you see with elite teams around and all that. It's not about building the best team in the community. It's about making my kids as good as they can be. It's that mentality, right? Wrong or indifferent. It's that mentality that we're in. And so it doesn't surprise me that we're seeing this now, that somebody's going to say, you know what? All my teammates, I got a big picture over here I got to go take care of. Like I say, I don't like it, but I do understand it. I can't say at the end of the day when you're telling somebody, hey, you blow out a knee in this game, it could cost you
millions of dollars. The kid from Notre Dame last year.
So, I can't blame somebody for thinking about that. You can rah-rah team thing all you want, but I got a family to take care of, and I don't really want to have to work very hard. I want to do this the rest of my life.
Like McCaffrey has to worry about taking care of his family.
What about Fournell?
I don't know.
I don't know everybody's situation.
Right.
But still, whether you got a family, he's going to have to take care of his wife and kids someday is what I'm saying. I'm saying his dad's going to have to provide. Whatever. Well, I mean, he comes from millions, but that's not, it's not his dad's job to just give it to him. And so, McCaffrey's, I don't know. Like I say, I'm not saying they should. And it's going to happen. This will start to happen more. I don't know what the answer is, but I certainly can't just 100% fault the theory that, I'm not going to go out there and risk my entire career now.
And I think that's what a lot of people see. A lot of people see that. They understand why they're doing it, to tell your kid you can't play because you're risking millions of dollars. It's just, it sucks. Yeah, it's a bad deal. It's definitely a bad deal. And you just hope it doesn't happen to a Hawkeye, or it doesn't happen to a Sooner, where it affects your team.
Absolutely.
Gosh darn it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. It's been hard to fault a Desmond King who comes back because he thinks they have a chance to get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then when they're 5 and 3 or whatever we were at one point, it would be hard to fault him saying, you know what, man, I came back to give you what I had to win a national title. That dream is over. I can't risk the whole life, everything. I can't risk the millions. So you're going to shut it down in the middle of the season? I don't know.
We had Oklahoma, not to keep talking and beating into this, but Oklahoma had a kid this year, defensive tackle Charles Walker, that was a preseason all Big 12 kid and dominating defensive tackle, and had a concussion, had history of concussions, and shut everything down pretty much after the third or fourth game of the season, and said, I'm done playing. I'm going and getting he's got a little girl. And there was people in Oklahoma that just chastised him and berserk on him. But he was just like you said, man, I've got to look out for number one. And it was a bad deal. It didn't happen before the bowl game. That's why I'm bringing it up now. That's where you hope, where you don't get into the fact where, okay, somebody gets hurt in the middle of the season and has a chance to come back, or at the beginning of the season or before the season, and says, it's going to deteriorate. College football is what it's going to do. And that's, it's the best thing out there in my opinion. So.
Right. Oh, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I get it. I don't agree with it. It sucks. I wish I had a better answer, but I can't just sit there and chastise somebody like me and this Oklahoma kid.
Yeah, but did he shut it down for good? He's not playing football ever again. Oh no, he'll go work out. He'll work out to try to make his money there. He just didn't want to get another concussion because you know how the NFL is now with concussions. If you get so many, your draft stock is just going to plummet down into the ground. And with running backs, that's why they're doing it with running backs. You've got, what is it, the shelf life of 5 or 6 years. You get one contract, and that's about it.
Well, there you go. That is our trip to the mound, and that is our show, our first show for the new year. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. A big thanks to all of our sponsors, Chad Lee and Josh Bryce. We'll be back here next Wednesday night. Chad will be up in Eddyville, Lynchburg on Friday night. He and Michael Connor will bring us all the action if you can't get up to the game right here on KCOG. Thanks, everybody. Until next time. Take care.